when it is a clear day, she's going to take the cover off, and anybody that's walking by can stop and play.
Your turn it off. I'll be right back. Just what we um, it'll be a little tougher because I've got to do this. So Arden, I've got your schedule's okay. Just stay with us. Be one of the co-hosts, Rosie. Rosie, you got your thing of the day. You, I want Kate here. So well, good morning, everyone. Ben Buckland with you, the Rose and Ben Show. Now, if you are joining us on the World Wide Web, you'll see the picture up to cover the audio of chamber chats with myself and Jody. It's a beautiful picture of Jody. And since I don't know how to change it, that's the picture you're going to get instead of the one of Rosie and myself. But this is the Rosie and Ben Show, the latest, most mature morning show in the free world. Between us, 168 years of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. The fall down 7 times, get up 8. I dyslex the numbers there, Rosie, but
that's
you
okay.
Get the drift.
Yeah, I got it.
Rosie, my sweet.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. It's a good day to be alive in Alva, Oklahoma. And
It is. Now, as you know, we are normally outfitted here with me at one microphone, you at another, and our producer director, Cade Kennedy, running all of this stuff.
You're multitasking today.
Yeah, multitasking at my usual expertise at multitasking. So if something goes awry, don't really worry about it, precious listener, because I mean, we're buried in this thing way over our heads, but we're not going to admit it. Never say a negative word, right, Rosie?
That's right.
Exactly. Everything's fine.
Everything's sunshine and roses.
Speaking of sunshine and roses, I came back from Oklahoma City last night at late 30, and when I pulled through Winoka, there were puddles.
Oh,
It rained up
Yes.
here somewhere. And when I came out of my driveway this morning, there's one, if you turn this way, Commissioner John Smiley and his crew
Yes.
rocked a quarter of a mile of that road, and you can drive on it anytime. If you turn this way, you turn onto a red dirt road, which any kind of moisture, and you're in trouble. And so we had any kind of moisture. I don't know how much we got, but we got a little rain last night.
well, we had a little bit in Alva too. It just opened up and poured, and it came from that direction. So I imagine it was the same little storm. It was nice.
I think any time that you get rain in July in
Yes.
northwest Oklahoma, you really don't complain about it.
It really cooled us off quite a bit too.
Oh man, because yesterday was 103 to 105 is what
Yes.
I read. Is that right?
My car said 103.
That's tough. That's anytime you're doing.
But I can remember one time it was 116 in Alva. I'm that old.
I've got a picture of a digital billboard of mine in Ordell that showed time and temp. It would
Yes.
do its, it would run its advertisers, then it would show time and temp, and it showed 113.
Yes.
I got a picture of that. I was in Phoenix. My son and I were in Phoenix. We were playing hockey in the summertime, and they didn't have enough room on the plane for the team and us, the two of us. So we stayed in Phoenix. It was late May, and they were selling T-shirts that said, "I survived 115 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona," and it gave the date. We went to a comedy club that night, and I don't remember the comedian's name, but I remember him saying, "Okay, I got off the airplane today. It was 120 degrees.
Oh,
120 degrees here in Phoenix." And he said, "If one more person says to me, 'Yeah, but it's a dry heat,' I'm going to rip your nose off." I said, when it's 120 degrees, it doesn't make any difference if it's dry,
Yeah.
wet, cold, heat. You're suffering, man.
You
You're
bet.
Suffering. Speaking of suffering, we have my good friend, former mayor of Alva, Oklahoma. I don't know where suffering came from, but you see what I did there.
Yeah.
That's called a segue, Rosie, and we slide right on into the next thing.
that's what we want to do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Slick is the word.
It's what?
Slick is the word.
Well, this guy is slick.
Yeah.
And he has done so many things that are so right. For one thing, he married way above his station. And there's some other stuff, too. 16 years, I think, as the mayor of Alva. Is that right, sir? Yes? Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please, Arden Chafee.
It's a pleasure to be here. And Ben, I might add that to our pool here of knowledge and wisdom, which I want to speak about later, we now have a total of 246 years of accumulated knowledge, but not necessarily wisdom. If you read Marion's article in the Newsgram yesterday, she wrote about the difference between knowledge and wisdom.
Oh, man, I brought my Newsgram to look at before the show. And when we started to realize that I was going to have to be the producer director, I didn't. I mean, it's sitting right here open, but I didn't read. What does Marion? I love her stuff. I love Marion. What did she say?
Well, start to finish, she began with, it was a Sunday school class conversation, and knowledge is apparently defined as knowing a lot of things or being familiar with a lot of things or maybe being familiar with a lot of one area. But then wisdom is the ability to apply that knowledge to everyday life and to actually accomplish something with the knowledge that you have.
So what are we?
somewhere in between.
Yeah, in so many areas, as a matter of fact. You know, we're going to start a tradition here on the Rosie and Ben show today, and that will be we'll close the show with a thought for the day from Rosie. I mean, the reason that Rosie stars on this show is, yes, she's intelligent, yes, she's beautiful, and she has a nice family. But the real reason she's on this show is because she has 90 years of wisdom.
You mean she's old?
Well, that's
Go ahead and say yes. It's true.
yeah, okay. But during that time, Rosie, you have picked up some pointers that the rest of us who are struggling through life. I mean, I'm only 79. I got a long, long ways
Yes,
to go. Long ways. I can use your wisdom.
Okay.
So at the end of the show, give us a little gem.
Well, I will, but I want to kind of talk about it and see if you think it's.
I don't think you can talk about whether you should put it on the radio. The radio.
Oh,
Rosie.
not that. Whether it's a good wisdom is what I want.
Everything that you do is good.
Okay.
You're incapable of bad.
Well, don't ever forget that.
I shan't. I shall not. Arden, you have a great history, a long history with Rose. How long have you known her?
Oh, 60 years, maybe longer.
60? Did
Yeah,
you say?
she finally moved close enough to town that I could spend more time with her. She used to live out in the country so far that the hoot owls sleep with the chickens.
And I think that's where Katie the vet lives. Is that right, Rosie? Your daughter? You remember your daughter?
Yeah, she lives north of Freedom.
You know, we were doing the cruise the other night out here in front of the studio.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, and the vet, your daughter, pulled in a vet.
Yeah, yes.
And had Dr.
Decker.
What?
Dr. Decker with her.
Had Dr. Decker with her. So it was two doctors and a vet in a vet. And they were having a great time. And then later on, I saw the vet parked up here at McClure's. There must have been, Carol was inviting or asking or had publicized several classes, like the classes of 72, 73, 74, 75.
Yes.
And there had to be 500 people in her parking lot.
Oh.
I promise. We'll ask Carol, but I'll bet there were. I went up there to say things like this, that like I'm saying now to Carol, and I couldn't find Carol. There were so many people. I just got started with people that I know, and I never got to. I don't know if Carol was there.
You're speaking of Carol Bramlett.
Yeah, I am. Carol McClure Bramlett.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yes.
I guess that was a really great night cruising up and down the boulevard.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
That's what I understand. There was everybody, and his puppy dog was here, and it was fun.
There were 4 bands scattered up and down. There had to be 20 food trucks.
Yes.
I don't think I'll miss it very, very far. I saw your ice cream truck.
Okay.
And I saw the taco plate. I gravitate to certain types, so I didn't go to all 20. I didn't go to all 20 of the food trucks, but I made those too.
Well, I wanted Elizabeth to come in and give us a wrap-up, but she went to Greece right after she was on the air with us.
She went where?
Greece. She went with a singing group of Baptist ladies, and they went to Greece to perform. I think she might be back, but she said that it was a huge success, the reunion. She passed that on to me.
I see.
So,
I see.
She's was singing in Greece somewhere with the Baptist choir.
She is an incredible woman.
She's a lovely person. I've enjoyed getting to know her.
I did not know it until I established a shop in Elk City some years ago that she's originally from Elk City.
Oh, okay.
Her parents' ranch
Uh-huh.
outside of town, as a lot of people do around Elk City. A lot of people do around Alva, you know.
Yes.
Lots of good big ranches. So, yeah, and she has worked at and improved Northwestern Oklahoma State University just on a daily basis. Gave it a lot of time and a lot of love.
Uh-huh.
There was a time in there, and I don't know when it was, so don't quiz me, but she called me and she said, "Do you have a hockey game tonight?" I thought she and Larry probably wanted tickets because people would do that back in the day. I get to entertain people from this part of the country from time to time. And I said, "No, I don't." She said, "Oh, okay. I've got to have you up here. We've got a such and such, and you've got to announce such and such."
Uh-huh.
So it went from what I thought to getting to announce at an alum athletic event, which was really, really, really fun.
Uh-huh.
Arden, you're up, man. Rosie, lead Arden into this. Why he could be here for so many reasons.
That's right.
And so many levels. So bring him in.
Arden, where would you like to start?
I'd like to start in the cemetery.
Okay.
You can go to a website called Find My Grave, and you can look up loved ones and others that you knew and see where they are interred and what it says on their gravestone. But what I'd like to talk about is the Alva Cemetery, because it's very well maintained, and we have over 8,000 interments, and people are just dying to get in there. But if you think about it, if you've lived in the community for a long time, when you walk through that necropolis, as it's sometimes called, you will see so many friends, and it brings back so many memories. And having been an Alva resident for over 75 years, I knew a lot of the people personally, or knew of them that are interred in that cemetery. And we now have Section C, which is designated as a green burial site. And that means that you can be buried in a linen shroud, without a casket, without embalming, within 24 hours. And we will then mark your location with a surveyor's pin at the head of the interment, and you will not be disturbed for eternity.
Have we had a green burial yet?
Not yet, but I talked to Bill Bernhardt in Stillwater, and he has a green burial site, and he said over the last 10 years he's had about 25 interments. And I've actually had 2 calls from people that were interested in green burial, but they said, and I quote, "The family will decide what to do with the body in spite of my wishes."
Well, that's probably going to happen that way. But this is the coming thing, this green. Where did you say this plot was?
It's in Stillwater, but I think there are several other locations.
Plot for
Oh, well, it's a Block C over in the northwest corner. And we will keep an area around the outside of it mowed, and we will have to mow the inside area at least once a year, according to the fire department, but otherwise it will be returned to native grass. Now, these graves will not be marked at the surface. There will be a cenotaph, which is a granite monument up at the front, and if you wish, you can have your name placed on that monument.
You mean you won't have any kind of a stone at the grave itself?
No, not even a flat marker.
Okay. Well, I guess, is this a coming thing in all of the cities?
My wife says that in the future, interments with granite markers will be eliminated, and that the cemeteries that we have will be plowed up to raise enough food to feed our burgeoning population on planet Earth.
So that would be some built-in fertilizer, wouldn't it?
I don't think you'd want your food fertilized with what people are interred with in the form of formaldehyde. It's an interesting thought that you mentioned that. We have a mausoleum on the campus of Alva Municipal Cemetery, and as a cemetery board member, I have been allowed access into that mausoleum on more than one occasion. And in spite of the fact that the last interment there was in 1924, you can still smell the formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde smell kind of sticks with you, doesn't it?
It does indeed. And that is an eerie place to be. I've always wanted to gain access there on Halloween.
Whoa. And invite people to come up that you have candy for them.
Well, I don't think I'd go that far.
Come over here, you little kids, and get your
Well,
candy.
that's real interesting, Arden, and thank you for telling us about that. Now, what else is happening around Alva?
Well, before I go on, we have a vacancy on the cemetery board, and so if you're interested in serving, please submit your name to the Mayor, Kelly Parker, because he is looking forward to that. Well, I've been out by the new arena project. That's a somewhat near $31 million project that the county commissioners and the city of Alva have co-opted and established a board to administer the funds that will be obtained in the form of government bonds. By the way, if you're a bond buyer, we are looking for a buyer for those bonds. And we have the main building up, and we're now adding some appurtenant buildings that will house the warm-up area and some other facilities that will be available there. It's right across the road from the prison, and it faces the south, and it's a huge, lovely, lovely building. And I think the kind of economic development that we're looking for in Alva, at this point, we do not have the infrastructure that would support a large influx in population. We cannot seem to interest any major industrial businesses to come here, although we are preparing the Avard rail site, and that could be the subject of another morning program. And we are getting 5 new water wells because water is the key to economic development. But if we can encourage people to come to Alva, attend events, spend some money, and then go home and come back another weekend, that would be our objective for this arena.
I understand that they're looking for a manager for that building. Is that right?
Yes, and they have had some applicants, so they're going through that screening process now. And we all know that will be very important, because that person's going to have to reach out across the world, literally, to find events to schedule at the Salt Fork Arena, as it has been named.
Did you say we've have some interest in the Avard project?
No, but we do have some development going on there. They're drilling 5 new water wells, and they're building a water line around a commercial area that will be available for economic development. And we hope that maybe we can attract some industries that might want to locate in the central United States, and in doing so would have access to a rail line that literally goes north, south, and east, west, nationwide, and intersects in Avard, Oklahoma.
That's
I have a railroad comment, Arden.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, since your buddy, the Oracle of, how does he say that? The Oracle of,
Let me see if I've got a psychic moment here. Are you thinking of Bill Bixler from Winoka?
no, but that's very close. I'm thinking of one of the richest men in the world who has bought,
Warren Buffett?
yes, since he has bought most all of the railroads. The whole railroad thing has changed. I mean, if you will notice, Arden, there are trains now that are 2 miles long. They stop wherever they want. They stay as long as they want, although it says in most states that that they're not to be across a crossing for more than 10 minutes. You know, the railroad runs through Winoka. They are the railroaders. And it is not unheard of that both of the crossings, there are 2 crossings from the west side of town to come into town. Both of them are covered by a train that is sitting for like 2.5 hours. So when you talk to, what'd you say, Rosie?
That happens at the Capron Crossing a lot.
Yes, yes. So when you are talking with Buffett, and I mean, I know when you and him and Gates get together, you've got stuff to talk about, but bring that railroad thing up, will you? That's really a pain.
Well, is it Burlington Northern and Union Pacific? I may have those two railroad companies wrong, but they are proposing a merger that would form a continuous railroad operating company from the East Coast to the West Coast. But that merger may be denied by the federal government for whatever reasons they have in the way of disqualifying monopolies. But we'll see what happens.
Another railroad item to touch on is Texas came through with their part of the deal on the Amtrak train from Oklahoma City to Dallas. So we get to do that now for another year. They just did it for 1 year. It's matched. It's Oklahoma and Texas matched the money from the feds for the flyer, and they came through for another year. They stalled, but they came through.
Nikki has taken that ride with some of her nursing school friends, and it is a fun time for sure. Well, there is an urban legend. When trains used to stop in Alva, they still stop on the siding, but there is a story about someone who decided they would catch a ride from Alva to Winoka by jumping in a boxcar. And so they attempted this, and they thought the train would stop in Winoka on a siding, but it didn't. It flew through Winoka at 60 miles an hour. And they called a friend later that evening and said, "Could you come and pick me up in Amarillo?"
There is a story out of Winoka. You know, the trains used to pull through at 15 miles an hour.
Right.
Some time ago. They don't even get close to 15 anymore unless they're going to stop, and they sometimes, they still occasionally do. There's a crew change from time to time in Winoka. But this young man, 14 years old, had an argument with his family and decided that he would hop a freight, which was easy enough at the time. They're 15 miles an hour. And he would teach them a lesson, and he would... they'd think he was running away from home, and he'd get off the train at Woodward. And he called from Dallas. And he had a couple of comments, and one was that he was on a flat car. And the wind comes down the sides of a flat car and over the top and creates this slamming wind on the flat cars. And it was a awful ride. I mean, if you can imagine hanging on for your life where there's really nothing to hang on to except the edge of a train car that you're on. The other thing that he noted is it looks like a flat car is not very far from the ground. But when he jumped off, he was afraid he was going to get in trouble in Dallas. So when they pulled into the train yard, he jumped off. That's when he learned that if there's no incline, it's 6 feet from the flat car to the ground, and he jumped off on an incline, and it was about a 15-foot jump, which is like jumping off of the roof of a house. So he was pretty beat up, but had a great story for show and tell.
Ben?
Yes.
Was that you?
It's just a story. Let's just enjoy it, shall we? Let's not make any more of an idiot out of this poor young man. Let's call it urban myth, shall we?
Let's do.
If you just joined us, this is the Rosie and Ben Show on KALV. Arden Chafee, man of many talents, master of some, is here with us today talking about things in and around Alva. In a few minutes, we're going to talk to Trevor Baird, who is the president of the Winoka Rodeo Association. That's the next big event coming up in Winoka. KALV, you know, Arden, back in the day, was commissioned when radio stations couldn't be bought and sold like they can now. That all happened during the Clinton years when all of the FCC stuff changed. But it used to be you could own a newspaper and either an AM or an FM, but you couldn't own all the stuff that you now can. KALV was created to serve this area, so its area, its direct area is Cherokee, Alva, of course, Cherokee, Fairview, Winoka, Freedom, Hartner, and Kiowa. Those are the towns that we actively serve, and so we'll be giving you news of things going on, and if you know of something going on in your community, get a hold of Rosie or me, and we'll get you up here. We'll get you right in here. You got some important people coming up, Rosie. Some really important people.
Yeah, we're
not
gonna,
as important as Arden, but pretty important.
well, yeah, we do, and that next week. So be sure and put us on your calendar for next week. We have things that you need to know.
In the near future, I'm going to have Coach Doug Sauter, formerly of the Oklahoma City Blazers hockey team. He spends half of his time. He is a citizen of both Canada and the United States, so he spends part there and here. He and his wife Brenda were in Canada when Bob Funk Sr., who is Coach Sauter's friend but also employer, passed away. So talking to Doug at the funeral on Monday, and he'll come on with us by phone probably in the next few days. He and Brenda are going to stay in the Oklahoma City area for a while. What an interesting guy Coach Doug Sauter is. And if he didn't live in Saskatchewan, he would probably live in northwest Oklahoma. I promise you that the area around where he lives looks identical to the area around where we are, and he loves that. He loves that kind of. He's a horseman, and just an incredible guy. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you're looking forward to. We're going to pause and let somebody help to pay the light bill here. When we come back, we're going to try to keep Arden. Are we okay to keep you, Arden? You okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. And we'll bring Trevor on.
How are you, ma'am? I'm Trevor Baird.
Nice to meet you. We
Nice
have
to
to
meet you.
share,
Okay.
so I'll just reach over and grab it.
Okay.
But don't be afraid to talk.
Okay.
Talk.
You guys might have to help me out on the talking.
Well,
I'm pretty good at answering.
okay. Okay. Let me look at this.
I give Benny the other one, so
Okay.
I may need to read off that one.
I'm going to give this back.
Okay.
Rosie and Ben on the radio. It's the Rosie and Ben show, and joining us, and he wouldn't have joined us, wouldn't have been able to, except we got a big rain. I had asked Trevor to come on with us, and he said, love to, but, and then he said a whole bunch of stuff. Then he called and said, well, we got some rain. I can be on. So, man, how are you doing? How are you?
I'm doing great this morning. I'll tell you, we was needing some much needed rain and got it last night, and life is good.
You know, when it rains in July in our part of the country, we do not complain.
No, we do not.
We do not. No.
No. My granddad always told me it'd always get a rain between the 1st and the 15th of August, and most generally it comes during our rodeo, it seems. And we're hoping that we're going to have some dry weather come towards the end of the
Who's
next
your
week.
granddad?
Arnold Proviance. He was a game warden, Woodward County for around 30 years. He brought the turkeys into northwest Oklahoma and opened up the first turkey season.
Proviance?
Arnold Proviance.
I know some Proviance in the Gary area.
Yes, sir.
Got some relatives over there.
Well, the Proviance side of the family come out of Avant over in what county is that? Over Bartlesville.
Oh, the county? I can't think of the name.
Yeah.
This guy is the guy I'm thinking of is Chet Proviance. He is a cattleman registered cattle from. Let's see. What's right beside Gary? Just this way from Gary. That's where he's from, and Thomas, from the Thomas area.
Yes, sir. No, I don't know if we're related to anybody
What's
down there
Rex
or not.
Ivan to you?
Rex Ivan be an uncle to me, be a brother to my father, Alan Baird.
Well, we can say hi to Rex Ivan. He will occasionally have a comment about something that he has heard on KALV. So
Yes, sir.
possibly he might be commenting. He might critique your action today.
Uncle's got a lot of comments if you catch him in the right mood.
You know, my mom taught for years and years, as Rosie did. I don't think you guys ever taught together or at the same place, did you? You were, okay. And my mom was always asked, well, who was your favorite student? And she'd rattle off some names, and Rex Ivan was always in there.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if he was in there because he was a great student or because of the problems that were involved.
Uncle Rex Ivan's a pretty big personality.
Yeah, yeah, he is. So, Bud, you are the man, the president of the Winoka Rodeo, which we know is the 89th annual of the Cimarron River Stampede.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's a title that really brings a lot of work with it.
Yes, it does. I just took over this year. Our president, Josh Allison, they was moving, and he let me know that that it was in the rest of us' hands. I never understood how much work went into it, but after gathering all the money and getting the sponsorships and being able to pay to put the thing on, it's amazing how the whole community comes together and gets all of the work done, the grounds, the mowing, all the fencing work, the county, and then all the FFA kids, the FCLA kids, the school, the whole community puts this deal on, and it's amazing to be a part of it and to see how it all comes together. But yes, sir, it is a lot of work.
Let's see, was it last year? Maybe 2 years ago. We were going to do some live stuff out there, and I had not done it before. So it was late at night. I mean, relatively, probably 11 o'clock at night. And I was coming through town, and I thought, I'll take a look at that. So this is about a week before the rodeo. So I drove out to the rodeo grounds, and really, I think it was 11 o'clock at night. And the Ana Maria Ramirez and a couple other ladies are painting the fence.
Yes, sir.
Because they've got real jobs, I mean, they got stuff they got to do in the daytime, and then most of them have. I mean, anybody that's running kids around. I mean, where were you last night?
I had to take my daughter to another rodeo.
There you go. That's my point. Hold off on that. So anybody that's got kids in Northwest Oklahoma is running somewhere.
Yes, sir.
It might not be as expensive as Trevor's deal, but I mean, you just go.
Yes, sir.
And so it was 11 o'clock at night, but that was the time they had to paint the darn fence, and the fence needed to be painted, right?
Yes, sir. I was with Josh Inman all morning yesterday morning. We was building fence across the school land. They offered up a portion of their FFA yard to let us build an overflow parking for this year for all the contestants that we receive on Thursday night, which is slack night. We'll have so many horse trailers coming in there. But we built fence all day yesterday, and then I had to take my daughter to a rodeo, but there's someone out there working nonstop. Whenever someone gets the time to go out and accomplish something, that's kind of the way we do it.
If you're not familiar with rodeo, if you're not familiar with the horses and cows, walk through the parking lot at a rodeo. I mean, there is as little or as much as can be spent on horse trailers.
Yes, sir. It's pretty insane, but
I mean, you'll see things that are bought at estate sales. I mean, an old horse trailer that's been sitting for.
Yes, sir.
And then beside it, I mean,
there's the sport of rodeo continues to explode. It seems.
It's incredible.
I remember it, from whenever I was a child. Everybody was pulling bumper pulls, 4 horses and whatnot, and nowadays these people are they're going at it all the way. They're in campers, pulling trailers, or they're pulling $100,000 trailers down the road everywhere, even in the youth rodeos.
And you can now have a $100,000 horse if you want to.
My goodness, yes, sir. Price of a horse is it's unbelievable. These horses that they're competing on, even at the amateur rodeos, these are $50,000 horses.
Oh yeah.
It's a good horse that you can go win on. They're not cheap, especially if they have any youth to them. It's nothing to get a rope horse for $40,000 or 50.
And you've got and it's a small, like I use hockey as my measuring stick because I was in it for a half a century. The people that are in hockey know where every hockey player and every hockey player's family lives really in the world. And that's the way rodeo is.
Yes, sir.
I mean, everybody, and you win about 2 or 3 things on one horse, and the price changes.
Yes, sir.
So you were at Woodward last night?
Yes, sir. We was in Woodward.
How old's your daughter?
She's 15. She's a breakaway roper, and we was at the Woodward Roundup Club last night. She's been doing that on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night?
Yes, sir. She usually ropes about midnight, and then
that's handy.
And then we get back to the hayfield, but she ended up winning that series. She won the rodeo last night and ended up winning the series for the summer, and then she'll go.
What's her best time?
Oh, I don't know. She was a 3-1 last night to win it. It can be fast. It can be longer. It depends on the score of the cattle and the type of cattle but we're working at getting better all the time. We practice all the time. She's in the Northwest Oklahoma Junior Rodeo Association, and we just had Woodward last week, and she'll rope in the slack at Wanoka on Thursday night, and Friday morning.
And that's real roping, no, or
yes,
breakaway.
Breakaway. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, okay.
And then she'll go to Perryton, and she'll have one in Perryton, Texas on Saturday and also Sunday. So I'll be running back and forth, taking them with the trailer, next week's going to be a full week.
So I just committed a real sin. So any of you breakaway that were listening when I said that,
Yeah, come up here and tell Benny that breakaway roping isn't real roping.
wait, what I meant was, oh, never mind.
Just come on up here and let's talk to Benny.
No kidding. Oh, what an awful. I would have been better off to have cussed on the air than,
Yes, sir.
than to say that. I am so sorry. You know, not only do the contestants benefit from breakaway roping, the cattle do too. You know, a roping calf is going to start shying away pretty quick because he knows there's some bad stuff coming. Breakaway, they don't hardly know that the noose is on them. So those cattle will run straight for a long time, looks to me like.
Yes, sir.
But there's still a bunch of expense, isn't there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a one-word answer, right? Yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes.
That's open up a can of worms, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, you and I mean, have grown up. I mean, even when I didn't live in Winoka, which was most of my time, there's certain things I came back to for sure. And one was the Cimarron River Stampede. To me, there is nothing prettier than the sound of a good auctioneer or a good rodeo announcer.
Yes,
Who's
sir.
your announcer?
Our announcer is Wyatt Joyner, and he'll be there, and he has a funny man he brings every year. He's a exceptional announcer. We really
Where's Wyatt's
enjoy.
home? I don't even know.
You know, I don't even know where Wyatt lives.
I think it's way north, but I don't know.
I'd be lying if I told you. Like I said, this year it's kind of a fluke that I'm sitting here with you.
It is?
Josh Allison has been our president, and he moved, and basically he looked at me and throwed me his book and said, "Hey, you're putting the rodeo on. I got to get out of here." And so I'm. It's been a learning experience. I've always helped. I've always helped put the rodeo on, as far as showing up. Me and Brody Long and a bunch of us, we worked all the back pins for the stock contractors and made sure their animals stay safe, and them pickup men, they'll be roping bulls and dragging them back in on top of you, and you gotta be holding the cut gate and coming around with the hip of the horse, and everybody's trying not to die at that moment. And I've always helped in the back pins, but I've never been a part of what it actually takes to put this thing on. I mean, all the phone calls and the going and seeing businesses and trying to get advertisements and sponsorships and my goodness, the money side of this deal is just amazing. I never understood that it takes $45,000 just to put the darn rodeo on, and then you look at each other and there's only a few of you there sitting at the table, and you're thinking, how are we going to do it? And everybody just gets on the telephone and gets to go. And Mary Gaskell, I'll tell you, Mary Gaskell, she's our money lady. She's the lady that has the salve, and without her, none of this would be possible. And she takes the Queen contestants around. They sell tickets, 3 days a week, and she is really taken a lot of time out of her life to do this. And it's just it can get overwhelming at times, but I think we're going to have a wonderful rodeo this year, and as good as it's ever been, and we're excited. We're ready for this deal to be over so we can take a nap, maybe.
Mary Gaskell is one of those people. Well, I'll tell you my latest contact from her. She called and said, "Now you're going to do the stuff you're doing, and then you're going to do the parade too, right?"
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
that's
and Mary's in charge of all that.
That's how I got the parade duty.
Yes, sir.
And then she said, "Well, the parade's at 10. what time will you be there? And I said, well, I'll pull in to set up at 9:30. She said, I need you there at 9. Yes, ma'am. So we had those conversations, and I got all straightened out, and I'll be there at 9.
That's the best way to handle her is just say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, and
go
on.
do it.
You can tell their administrative abilities when we do these little promotions, these little in-town things and stuff. She and her husband do the turtle races. It takes an administrator to be able to put on a turtle race.
Yes, sir.
You kind of got to be there to witness it. So check me out on that. But she and her husband, they could go on the road with their turtle races. It's an incredible thing to see. And she is in charge of checking off some of the boxes on this rodeo, and those boxes will get checked off, right?
Yes, sir.
So how many people, I mean, you look across the table when it comes down to, by God, how many people you got around the table?
Well, we have Mary is our treasurer, and then we have Cassie Besiden. She is our secretary. We have Brock Long, and he is our arena director. And
Brock is.
yes, sir.
Well, good.
And then we had Josh Allison as our president, and I was vice chairman. But as far as the people that show up to the meetings but a lot of people don't have the time to run around and chase the advertising side and the money side of it. But so we're a small committee.
It takes a village.
Yes, sir. Like I say, the town's what puts this deal on.
Yes.
Every single person in that town, every business owner, everyone helps out so much, and
not just the in town.
Right.
I mean, you'll see sponsorships from the farms, George Farms, and the other
yes,
farms.
sir, in such a big way, and there's only so much the four of us. I don't know how to say it, but none of us are very you'd call real intelligent. So you get the 4 or 5 of us sitting around talking, and you probably wouldn't want to listen in on a whole lot of it, but yes, sir. It takes everyone calls us if we've missed reaching out to them for money or for sponsorships or for ads. A lot of these ranchers call us and say, "Hey, we want to help out this year. Boy, thank you so much for hollering at me. Not that we was going to forget about you, but we hadn't thought about it yet." And
right,
it gets pretty overwhelming. Everybody's mind gets to spinning pretty fast.
and that makes it all the better when it comes off like $1 million, and then you get to stand behind somebody's pickup and put your feet up and recount the
That's right.
catastrophes and the wins and the losses. Man, thanks for taking time to come in. I know you had to drive in from but you couldn't put hay up today, right? Got a little rain.
That's right.
Okay, so make your run out to Walmart and pick up the things that you have to. Man, thanks for joining. Trevor Baird is the president of the Winoka Rodeo Association. And that rodeo, what are the dates on that thing, Trevor?
That is August 7th, 8th, and 9th. And it'll start at 8 o'clock every evening. On Thursday night, we'll have our princess and our queen horsemanship. We'll have bounce houses for the kids. It'll be kids' night on Thursday night, so everyone bring your kids out. We'll do the extravaganza, which we litter the arena with Easter eggs and fill them full of money, and we'll give. Like I said, I don't have Mary with me, but we give a lot of money away. Kids will pick up eggs with money in them. They'll have 3 different age groups. We're doing some bicycles giveaway. Friday night they'll do the princess crowning, and she'll get all of her gifts. We'll have junior barrel racing and calf scrambles, and We'll have free rodeo dance both Friday and Saturday night with the Brian Cunningham Band will be on Friday night.
Good.
Triple D Band, which is oh gosh darn it, Darren Miller from Moreland. He has a very good band. But we'll have free bands Friday and Saturday night. Come out and dance. Saturday, the rodeo parade will be at 10 in the morning downtown. And we will honor our past rodeo queens and the honorary cowhand, and Leanne Meek will be our honorary rodeo queen this year. And she, if you know her, she is a one of a kind woman. She is.
That's Terry's.
That would be Nita Stein.
That's right.
John Stein's mother.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. She'd be here you go, man. She'd anyway, yes, sir. But
So, Trevor, let me clean up one other thing. I drove myself completely off the cliff on the ropers. So, apologies for that.
anybody else you want to talk bad about?
Well, yeah, I do. I got to give one more to clean that up, and that is Mr. Mary Gaskell really does have a name. His name is Adam.
Yes, sir.
He's
got to be tough to be married to her, you know.
Oh my! He started out being a great athlete, and that has helped him, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for bringing a few showers by putting down some hay. That's the way we get things done in Northwest Oklahoma when we need rain. Put the hay down or mow the lawn. Thank you for coming up. And Rosie, thank you so much for bringing the mayor in, the former mayor of Alva, my good friend Arden Chafee.
Well,
and,
yes.
Arden, the microphone there.
We're going to have to get him back. You want? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you had your microphone. Go ahead, Rosie.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to be here, and I've got a little joke to close my section of the show with. A man was on a plane with a friend, and he said, I just got out of prison this morning. It's going to be tough facing my old friends back home. And the gentleman next to him said, I sympathize with you. I'm heading home from Congress.
Oh,
So it's been a pleasure to be here.
thank you. Rosie, this is our new segment where Rosie gives us
Oh dear.
wisdom to live by. Here's Rosie.
Well, I'm going to switch. I had another one that I'll save for next week that maybe we'll have a little more time to discuss. And the one I'm going to give today is, after hearing this young man and all the work they do, those people in Winoka never quit giving. Anyway, hard work never hurt anybody. That's my wisdom.
That's Rosie's wisdom for the day. Thank you for joining Rosie and Ben on KALV. Have a blessed day.